Okay, I walk out, I got my 4 plants and the packet says that about 2/3 of them. Now listen to the words I'm saying, about 2/3. Are they really 2/3? Do we know they're 2/3? How do they get 2/3? They probably plant, I don't know, 1,000 of them and they look, oh look at that, about 2/3 of them turn out red, or something worked out along the way, they get an idea. Would they plant 1,000 to get the idea that they're 2/3? Actually they probably would. Big business out there would probably have a pretty good idea what it was. And they say 2/3. So if we talk about, we want to get no, and I'm talking about what colours? Red flowers and white flowers. I got to get into my brain, I'm talking about red flowers and white flowers. That's my situation at home. I put out a bunch of red and a bunch of white. By the way, they all died because we went through a drought and they're all coming up now. Now, by the way, I have walked around and I've pulled up the ones that are going, and I thought instead of chucking them away, I've transplanted them over into other sections of my front yard. Some will turn out red and some will turn out white. I expect the chances 50/50, because I had half of my plants were red and half of my plants were white. But I wonder if there's a factor in that the red ones worked better when they were reseeding, or the white ones. So there's all that in the air. So I've got no idea what my situation is. They won't flower before you finish year 12. So here we go. So what if we had no red? So that would mean we get a white, a white, a white, and white. How many ways can I do that? Only one way. It doesn't matter whether they were my 4 flowers and I did that come up first, that come up second, that come up third, and that come up fourth. All I'm worried about the fact that they're all white. So Josh, what's the chance of a white? White is 1 out of 3 by 1 out of 3 by 1 out of 3 by 1 out of 3. But what if I said I wanted 1 red? What's my problem? Ethan, what can I get? This one could be a red, they could all be white. Or,
yeah, it can be white.
Or, let's do the whole thing slowly for once, because reading the waste report, it was almost exactly this question. I can't remember, I don't remember the actual details, and I think it was about flowers, but I'd have to look it up. But for the moment, just for the sake of this topic, it's a third by a third by a third. So what's the chance of it? Now, or is a plus. So this one then would be 1/3 by 2/3 by 1/3 by 1/3. Now, by the way, they're all going to be the same. Because if you multiply the tops and you multiply the bottoms, this one is 2. What's that one? How much have I nagged about 3, 9? Ready? 3, 9, 27, 81. And we've nagged about that in year 9 and 10. Yeah? But it comes up all the time. So that's 2 on 81. This one's also 2 on 81. And this one's also 2 on 81, which is that one. And that one's also 2 on 81. So I could have just simply have done this. I could have said there's that, and there's 4 lots of them. You okay with that? This is the big one here. Why was it 4? Because it could have been that was red, it could have been that was red, it could have been that was red, and it could have been that was red. So that's with 1 red. And you're starting to see the magic numbers? This had 1 way, this had 4 ways. So what are you expecting it to be for 2 reds? If you remember what we've done previously. And here's where a lot of people go 1, 4, 5. Why do so many people go 1, 4, 5? It's not 4. I'm going to tell you before we do it, it's 6. So Josh, does your brain see them? Red, red, white, white. What's the other ways? Clary?
White, red, red, white.
Yeah, you've gone non-systematic. Remember we talked about in spec about X there, Y there.
That's
We'll
systematic.
do it. Go on, let's do it.
Or white, red, red, white.
Yeah, it's not systematic.
White, white, red, red.
Yes.
So it is systematic. I'm just moving them in a pair.
No, she's doing it that way. She's doing a different system. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Or you can have red, white, white, red. Or you can have red, white, red, white.
Or you can have
Or,
the last one. This is why a lot of people get stuck, I think, and write 5.
White, red, white, red. There you go.
Has she messed up any?
You're a winner. Did I win?
Have you repeated any? Now it's nice if before you did the question, you know these are going to be 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. How did a huge part of our state not even use that? And the answer they wrote for a question like this was just to go, they went 2/3 by 2/3 by 1/3. Now the figures weren't thirds, I don't think, I can't remember what the question was. They just wrote that. And they would have had, multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms, so they would have had 4 on 81, had written down for their answer. What happened? How did they not remember that there were 4? Can you see I'm nagging you, Specky guys? You did it last year, but it just got stuffed up. So how many ways were there of that? There were 6 of them, and there's your magic number. I talk about magic numbers all the time, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So can you now shortcut the process and go 3 reds? Have we got symmetry? So we have with the 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, but we haven't got with the red and the white. Oh, by the way, before I forget over here, so if I had 4 whites come up, and if they were my figures, 1 in 81 chance. By the way, if I saw that happen, would I be suspicious that there was some other factor involved? Yes. Yeah? But can it happen? Like my friend who had 12 older brothers? She had 12 older brothers. So is she the only person in the history of the world to have 12 older brothers? And I happen to know her. Isn't that incredible? When I found out, and I'd just finished my math teacher's training, and she said, I got 12 older brothers, my brain went into meltdown mode. Most people wouldn't, they just go, yeah, you're 12 older brothers. It's unusual. So what about 3 reds? Would you do it again? It's easy, isn't it? Red, red, red with a white, red, red, white with a red. So, can you see this all in your head now?
Yeah.
Red, white, red, red. Still a bit hesitant? So, the white could have been last, third last, second last. Why did I do it reverse? I could have done first, second, third, or fourth. So, we've got 4 ways of that. So, each way is, red is 2/3, isn't it? By 2/3 by 2/3 by 1/3. So that's actually multiply the tops and the bottom, 8 over 81. But there's 4 ways of doing it. You're back to the 4 again. So that's actually 32 out of 81. Yeah? That's pretty likely. And the last one, get rid of some of this, is the 4 reds. Now, is there a reasonable chance of getting 4 reds? Yeah, because the reds are fairly likely. So that's just red, 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 red if I bothered. So it's 2/3. I could write to the 4, couldn't I? Or I could go 2, 4, 8, 16. I'm back to that again. 3, 9, 27, 81. So if I had 4 reds coming out, I'd go, that's okay. So if my neighbours grab 4 of my plants and put them out, and the other neighbours grab 4 and put it out, some of us get 4 reds, if that was correct. So let's go, where are these numbers stored? The big numbers were the 1, the 4, the 6, the 4 and the 1. So where are they stored in? Pascal's triangle. So what's Pascal's? I'm not going to go deeper, meaningful. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3. You all see that in your head probably at this stage, don't you? So this is if I got 4 flowers. So if I did this one, instead of doing 4 plants, what am I doing now? 5 plants. And you could keep going. Where are they really stored? Do we really think this in the exam? I did. I had in my brain 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. I had that stored in my brain. So when I got a question like that in the exam, I didn't have a calculator. I just went 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. You okay? Where are they really stored though? This one's called 4, choosing 1. So we had 4 plants. We're choosing, this is 4, choosing no reds. 4 choosing 1 red, 4 choosing 2 reds, 4 choosing 3 reds, 4 choosing 4. So now you've got this wonderful thing here. Now I'm not going into all the calculations of what these numbers are. So this is 6 choosing how many? No, 1, none. That went weird. None, 1 and 2. What's this one? 6 choosing 3. So if you go ahead and you have, ready for it? Well, any of you do this? 35, 35, 21, 71. One of you goes and has 7 kids. If one of you goes ahead and has 7 kids, really? So what's the chance of having, like, 3 boys? That's not 3, is it? That's 2. That's no boys, 1 boy, 2 boys. So let's have a look what it is. So I do call that 7 choosing 2. What's the chance of getting the 2 boys? A half each time and square it. Is it really a half? No. The girls are a half each time, and there's, what are we talking about? 5 girls. Where's this number stored? Pascal's triangle on your calculator. So you can just put that, if it's a non-calculator section though, you're expected to work that out. We'll look at the calculations of that separately. You okay?